Welcome to the True Rotarian podcast. This podcast is specially designed for all the true Rotarians by a true Rotarian.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, आप सबका ट्रू रोटेरियन पॉडकास्ट में बहुत बहुत स्वागत। I am AKS past President Hemant Basin from Rotary Club of Delhi South End, and today you are listening to a very special podcast on ethical practices in Rotary for vibrant clubs and district functioning. We have privilege and honor of welcoming past District Governor Rotarian Ramesh Chandra ji from Rotary District 3011. Ramesh Chandra ji is a fantastic leader in his own right and a very well respected PDG and a champion of ethics and literacy in Rotary. He is also our district learning facilitator for this year. Over the years, he has become a fatherly figure, guide, mentor to many Rotarians, presidents, and other senior Rotarians in our district. Sir, बहुत namaskar, आभार, and welcome to True Rotarian Podcast.
Thanks, past President Rotarian AKS Hemant Basin, for this opportunity to share my thoughts on ethics, transparency in Rotary. In my view, both these qualities are essence of Rotary, and every Rotarian must work toward imbibing these values in his or her daily life. Both these qualities, in true sense, are the hallmark of Rotary. I am not an expert on this subject, but my response will be based on my experience of being a Rotarian for last 40 years. Ethical principles are enshrined in the fabric of Rotary through its four-way test, last principle of service above self, and code of conduct for Rotarians. Yes, indeed, ethics are the backbone of Rotary's philosophy. Rotary's core principle and actions are built upon a strong foundation of ethical behavior. Rotary emphasizes the importance of ethical standard in business and profession, as well as personal and community life. Rotary guidance principle, such as four-way test, aims to foster ethical decision making and actions in the four-way test that is widely recognized as an official framework of guides that guides Rotarian in considering the truthfulness, fairness, goodwill, and beneficial nature throughout the words and action. The four-way test was coined by Herbert G. Taylor, Rotarian Herbert Taylor, who later became the president of Rotary International in year 1932, when he was given a charge to revive a near bankrupt company, Club Aluminium, from financial collapse. Taylor was a very religious man, prayed for inspiration, and drafted a 100-word ethical statement, distilled it down to 7 points, and finally to 4 questions that make the four-way test of today. The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Number 1 is it the truth? Number 2 is it fair to all concerned? Number 3, will it build goodwill and better friendship? Number 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Rotary International has adopted the four-way test in 1943, solidifying its place as a guiding principle for Rotarian globally. In addition to the four-way test, Rotary's principle also highlight the importance of service above self, prioritizing the well-being of others over personal gain, integrity, being honest, reliable, trustworthy in all aspects of life, accountability, taking responsibility of one's action and upholding ethical standard, and respect for diversity. Promoting understanding and acceptance of different race, ethnicity, religion, and other aspects of identity. Commitment of peace, working in advance, international understanding, goodwill, and peace, Rotary's Code of Conduct outlines the ethical behavior for Rotarians in their personal, business, and professional life. It emphasizes the integrity, the fairness, and respect of all people and their occupations. That these principles and the ethical framework they provide serve as foundation of Rotary's mission and activities, ensuring that it works is guided by the highly ethical standard. We can take up these issues one by one in detail as we proceed with our interaction.
Sir, this Rotary's four-way test, people say it's Rotary's four-way test. Now, I look at it differently. If we apply this particular four tests in our daily lives, in our daily businesses, in our relationship, I think 95 or 99% problems in our lives will be over. This four-way test is not only for Rotarians, I think this is for all the individuals. What do you say on that?
For over 100 years, this is in practice. Four-way test has been probably translated into hundreds of languages, and this is being adopted. And you are right when you say that if we adopt in our business, in our professional or our personal life, this will have a very startling effect and everything will go as per the planned activities.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Sir, I have a question for you.
Sure.
How does these ethical practices influence functioning of a club or a district?
Very good question. I would like to state that if a club members follow these practices, for example, they attend the meeting regularly, to pay their dues promptly, and do their role or part when they are called upon to do it. If the club and district follow these practices, then district will also function smoothly. To be a big-hearted, broad-minded person, a person of energy and action, is a real person, a Rotarian. Then you can expect the club and the district to run smoothly.
Wow, that's so wonderful. Sir, can you share an example of ethical decision making made by a club or a district for their projects?
Well, there have been number of cases where because of these practices, so many clubs were virtually at the place of closure because they were not following the ethical practices. So, in fact, timely intervention of assistant governor and other senior Rotarian saw to it that the club, with the intervention, become a healthy club.
Wow.
It will not be advisable for me to share the names of this club because now they are functioning very well.
No, I'm sure we are not going to name anybody. Sir, I have yet another question for you.
Sure.
Every organization faces ethical dilemmas. What are some common challenges Rotary clubs encounter and how they can be addressed?
See, recruitment, retention, involving youth in the leadership role. Terry's analysis, it's a very well-known model, suggests that membership-based organization, whether community or business-based, have an attrition rate of 15% a year. Rotary is no different. Vibrant club recognize this and have active recruitment plans. Place first, offset the expected attrition rate, and second, to grow. 25 to 40% of the club in the district will continue to grow. These clubs see membership growth as an important as community project, fellowship and fun.
So there is one more question, which is what steps can the clubs take to promote a strong ethical culture within their clubs?
Hemanji, Rotary clubs can promote a strong ethical culture by actively educating the members on four-way test and Rotarians code of conduct, discussing ethical dilemmas, recognizing ethical role models, and engaging the young people through mentorship. This multifaceted approach fosters a culture of integrity and responsible leadership.
That's so wonderful. So the follow-up question to this is, what advice would you like to give it to the club presidents and Rotarians to foster ethics in their daily functioning?
Hemanji, I think the answer to this is that integrate ethical principle into all aspects of club life, starting with four-way test and object of Rotary, with emphasis on service and high ethical standard. Follow the Rotarian's code of conduct to act with integrity and have high ethical standards in personal and professional life. Deal fairly with others, treat them and their occupation with respect, use professional skills through Rotary to mentor young people, help those with special needs, and improve people's quality of life in our communities and in our world. Avoid behavior that reflects adversely on Rotary or other Rotarians. Help maintain a harassment-free environment in Rotary meetings, events and activities. Report any suspected harassment and help ensure non-retaliation to those individuals who report harassment. This involves promoting ethical behavior through communication, training, and active participation in service projects, while also emphasizing the service and high ethical standards.
So looking at the current scenario in various clubs and districts, what is the future of Rotary if we continue with the similar ethics, or we change and go back to the basics of ethics in Rotary?
Well, Hemanji, in Rotary's ethics play a central role in shaping the organization future. Rotarians are encouraged to embrace high ethical standards in their personal and professional life, fostering integrity and accountability. This commitment extends to how the Rotary clubs operate with these ethical standards.
So other thing which comes in to mind is some places where there is groupism, or people have in one particular club they have different groups, or a district they have different groups. This is mainly on account of the fact that we have forgotten why as Rotarians we have joined Rotary. To my mind, we joined Rotary to give it back to the society. Hence, I consider myself to be very fortunate, or every Rotarian is very fortunate that he has reached this stage that he has surplus time, surplus money, and the desire to give it back to the society. Under those circumstances, when a person joins Rotary, first couple of years is fine, but then because the ethics and the values are not followed to the last T, then the groupism comes in. What do you have to say on that?
Well, this is a problem, you can say, but still not very rampant. In fact, when a person joins Rotary, it is the responsibilities of the senior Rotarians to integrate that person into the Rotary. Like right now, that's why now the Rotary has started this in concept of diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yes.
That we have to have members from all sections of society. We have to see that everybody deserves the same treatment and everybody is included. If you start including the new people into the projects, then they will have assurance that yes, we are welcome and we are appreciated in this club. So similarly, as far as the accountability is concerned, it is the responsibility of the senior Rotarians of the club and district to see to it that accountability becomes the hallmark of working of Rotary. Because if you are not accountable, if you are not transparent, the time will come, then people will start agitating initially, maybe then leaving Rotary, which is not a good thing for Rotary.
I agree with you. Well, thank you so much, sir, for sparing your valuable time and giving us some beautiful tips. And I'm sure all my viewers and fellow Rotarians and all the non-Rotarian friends also will enjoy this episode. If you have any question, ladies and gentlemen, please let us know and we'll try and answer those questions. If you need any help, I'm sure Ramesh ji is going to feel very happy in sort of helping you people in any possible manner. And if any Rotarian or a club wants to showcase their projects, it will be my pleasure to invite you to True Rotarian Podcast channel very, very soon. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.